Hello, my name is Jim Smith, and welcome to my visual research project of 2018. This semester, our Art for Children class embarked on a journey of visual literacy through various art projects using 4 big ideas to guide our learning. These were identity, relationships, stories, and celebrations. In our first unit, we began to unpack the theme of identity, which involves the observable characteristics that allow us to differentiate between things. In doing so, we began to appreciate what makes us and others truly unique. As our class dove into different projects during class time, outside of school we began capturing video clips of our daily noticings. I captured all sorts of odd things, and eventually I began building a repository of my noticings. This culminated with the trailer you're viewing right now, and should give you a little window into my identity through the things you're seeing. But how in the world does this relate to teaching kids? I thought the same thing. In the book, Artful Teaching, they talked about how people create meaning in the way we perceive something through its relationship and juxtaposition to its surrounding elements, whether these be concrete objects or ideas. In other words, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then how much might a video be worth to a student gaining meaning from the concepts we introduce to them? Our next unit covered the theme relationships, only now our videos would be filtered through the lens of math and science. The main takeaway is connectedness and how different things fit within different systems. With my videos, I wanted to capture big ideas such as the environment, cause and effect, and comparison. My initial noticings of basic shapes gave way to thoughts of minimizing waste and our relationship with the environment. Certainly kids could relate to recycle bins of bike racks, but perhaps not see the relationship to our reduced energy consumption. But what about the plants we allow to grow and others we don't? How should students care if they've never even noticed these things? Perhaps a video could help me make the connection. Of course, this led me to think of cause and effect, and how our choices relate to the real-life outcomes as real as the cloud formations in the sky and our changing climate. Videos might better express gravity, gases, energy, and much more, and then we could draw comparisons. This could easily carry over into math and help students better relate their studies to things they see in the real world. Our third unit was about stories, and our video focus would be language arts. The key ideas being that stories reflect the ideas, beliefs, and perspectives of the storytellers, and are meant to inform or entertain people. This time I wanted my videos to focus on big ideas like casting a vision, building momentum, planning, and the why. As in, why does someone want to hear or read my story? Initially, I started noticing things around town that made me think of how to communicate to a student about how I might cast a vision for the stories I'd tell, asking questions like, who's involved? Where are they? And where might they be going? What are they doing? And so on. I began observing the world with thoughts of how these videos might help students develop an understanding of how to build momentum, thinking of how the character is moving through spaces, or how to show contrast or change, or what things have to be decided. Do I go left or right? And how it affects the outcome. Seeing a visual cue like a winding staircase into a cave might just help students plan their story arc when they think of their story structure with the end in mind. And with that, they may begin to better consider who all is involved and how various details fit within a timeline. And I was reminded of the Humans of New York artist, Brandon Stanton, taking the initiative to get to know the people he was blogging about when I saw some signs that captured my attention. And they could help me communicate better to students the why of a story, or the purpose, or the main point, or whatever they would need to fuel their writing. Our last unit was about celebrations, and our videos would take on the social studies lens. Celebrations highlight personal, social, and cultural events, milestones, and experiences in people's lives, and generally point to what people value. My big ideas focused on traditions, icons, occasions, and experiences. And with that, my videos went straight to sports, which in many ways seems to reflect an American tradition we pass on to our kids. Certainly it's a Mizzou tradition, but more interesting would be to highlight how traditions change by contrasting the ever-increasing attendance at women's sports. Using videos, we could more easily talk about and refer to important symbols or icons, like the Mizzou Tiger, and the many different flags seen around our country, and then discuss how we as a people identify with such things. And beyond that, how these icons are used on different occasions where we celebrate different things. How powerful might a video be to highlight the way and the why we celebrate things such as Veterans Day and our service members? Thinking of celebrations, how easy would it be to integrate social studies into other subject areas just by weaving in how we gather together over food? Is pizza really art? What does Thanksgiving mean to us today? Do we even know where our food comes from? And could something as unique as discovering why people value a pomegranate help plant seeds of curiosity for other areas of study? They just might. As I reflect on all my noticings of this semester, I understand better what Daniel Pink was saying about building the bigger picture when he said, "What has become more valuable is what fast computers and low-paid overseas specialists cannot do nearly as well, integrating and imagining how pieces fit together." As teachers, we know the high value of visual literacy, but it is up to us to imagine, capture, and sequence things in such a way that it creates meaning for our students. And by integrating visual arts into our lesson plans, we'll be able to communicate all those things we can hardly say with words. After all, a picture is worth how many words? Thank you for watching.